Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Lynn Carey, and I am here to discuss having a wealth mindset versus having poverty consciousness. And I describe that as poverty consciousness because I used to have it, and now I can very distinctly hear it in someone when they speak. And one of the common phrases that they say when people have poverty consciousness is, "I can't afford that," or "I'm broke," or they will spend more time trying to figure out how to save money than they will ever even think about how to build wealth. And what brought that to my attention was, I used to question growing up, my family was always working hard, but there was still not enough. There was always conversation, if life is hard, there's not enough money. It was always about that, or we can't afford that. And I read a book, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, my first year in practice. I was 24 years old. And he spoke how the poor and middle class think and speak differently than the wealthy. And they have completely different habits. The wealthy people who are successful, people who have financial freedom, will spend all their money on business opportunities and personal development and business education, like personal education, personal development work, not regular schooling. I mean, they may get a degree. I think a lot of people are very programmed to think that a college degree is success. I think a college degree is a complete waste of time. I can't believe people still celebrate that and spend money and time and effort on that, especially when the school system is teaching us to be poor because they want us dependent on the government. So the Rich Dad philosophy was creating assets versus trading time for money. So if you keep trading your time for money, you can only work so many hours. Eventually you have to stop. And there really is nowhere to put your money in just like a retirement account, because the interest paid or what you earn in stocks cannot counteract the loss of value in the dollar, because the government continues to print money. It is not backed by gold. So it's a fiat money. And so if you build a business that creates you residual income based on products served or services rendered, that is more secure. And I'm not talking about small business. Small business is probably the worst of both worlds. We need small business, but just heads up, I'm hoping the world changes and we don't have this problem anymore. But small business is, the government does not support. And so you have all the problems of big business with not the same amount of money, no time leverage, like in a business that gives you time freedom. And so one of the things I'm passionate about is network marketing, because it is a business in a box if you find the right company and if you do the work on yourself. I know some people tinker with it, jump in and out, they buy a few products and they just talk to a few people, they get a few no's and they're like, oh, I'm done. But they never took the time to study what network marketing is. They never took the time to work on themselves personally. And that is the key right there, is to work on yourself. When I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, he said wealthy people spend time on working on themselves, learning new skills, and in their personal development education, right? Personal seminars, personal freedom seminars, that kind of education. You can never get too much self-education in that way. And taking the time to train, to do the trainings, and not think in get rich quick terms, but in long-term progress of changing your mindset and building something solid for yourself. And so when you create assets, multiple streams of income that bring in money that you choose when you want to work. I mean, obviously everything needs attention and looking after, but you can usually take it with you, and you can usually do it on your own time frame. You can build it around your life versus having a 9-to-5 job where they dictate your time freedom or lack of time freedom. And wealthy people will spend money on assets not toys. So they won't buy the house. They'll buy things like business opportunities or investments or education to tell them how to do it versus buying a house. I know middle class is all about buying their own house. Wealthy people usually don't buy their own house to live in until the asset pays for the house. The car, they want the asset to pay for the car. They want the asset to pay for their travel, their toys. Middle class people just keep spending their money on things that create debt. When you have a house that you live in, it's so much debt. The maintenance, the taxes, the insurance, replacement of things inside the house. It's one big debt. And middle class people think that's wealth by owning your own house. You don't when you start switching your mindset to a wealthy mindset. And they also I noticed middle class people spend so much time on planning a vacation versus planning their life. Wealthy people set goals, plan their life. And poverty consciousness is just survival day to day. They can't even get out of their own way. But there are steps. If you were to be a leader of your own life, you're going to start reading personal development books, business books. You're going to watch videos. You're going to watch trainings. You're going to develop yourself personally. You're going to change your mindset. You're going to switch the poverty consciousness from victim mindset that I can't afford it, that why does this always happen to me? I'm not lucky. Success happens to other people. These are some of the things that I heard growing up that I had to get out of my mind. To how can I afford this? How can I make my life better? What do I want? How am I going to attract what I want? How am I going to attract the right people in my life? And it's first knowing what you want. If you had no time or money limitations, what would you want your life to look like? You have to start writing that out. So many people don't know what they want, and they're at a loss for words when I ask them that. You have to start getting clear on that. It's okay not to know, but start formulating what you want and start writing it out. Writing is a very powerful tool. It really works the brain in a healthy, healing mindset. So write it out, and then start making lists of things that you appreciate in your life. Even if it's starting small, that the sun came up today, but start appreciating all the things that start going right. Because the more you train your mind to look for things to go right, the more they do, and the more things you have to list that you are grateful for and appreciate, and that you appreciate. So there's two things. Figure out what you want, write out your why. What do you want your life to look like? Your ideal life, if time and money were not an issue. And then write down all the things that you appreciate and make that your focus every day, to appreciate and acknowledge the things that are going right. And then look and acknowledge, start reading a book. Maybe it's a couple pages a day, or start listening to an audio that'll change your life. One of the amazing mentors in network marketing, and he is considered the father of personal development, is Jim Rohn. He is the one who said everyone should create $1 million, not for the money, but for who you become in the process of creating that $1 million. And that is so true. Great healing happens, physical healing happens in your body when you become a leader in your life, in your finances, in your relationships. It all works together to reach personal freedom and to become empowered. So I shared this with you today. I hope you will take inspiration to take some steps in creating your desired life and in creating your own personal freedom. Thanks for watching. I hope you have an amazing day.